Samsung just dropped the Galaxy A37 and it might be the most confused phone of 2026. It looks like the S26, charges faster than the S26, but rocking a new awesome lavender. And the price tag that is creepy, dangerously close to the flagship territory. I've been using as my main phone for the last week, and here is the good, bad, and the awesome truth about the A37. And this is Variety Stick, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't, give me thumbs up, and without any further ado, let's find out. Now, speaking of the price, this is my main complaint about the A37 because the price reached $450, which is crazy. But at the same time, I purchased my A37 from Total Wireless, which is Total Wireless offered the phone for only $49 if you bring your number from a different provider, which is going to be huge saving. Same thing if you do with Metro, we will offer you the phone for free if you switch from another provider, and that makes the price very reasonable in my opinion. Now for the specification, let's see what the A37 with $450 will offer you. The body and the build construction, the phone has a plastic frame and back glass, and the front will be glass, and it's going to be Victus Plus. The phone is IP68 dust and waterproof up to 1.5 meter, which is great in my opinion. The display is going to be Super AMOLED with 120 Hz refresh rate. The resolution is going to be full high definition, which is 1080 by 2340, which is expected for mid-range Samsung devices. The nits, the peak will be up to 1900, which is great in my opinion. Always Samsung bring a great experience for the display without any doubt. Now for the operating system, the phone has Android 16 out of the box, and Samsung will promise you to get you 6 major updates, which is great in my opinion. And the operating system, it's customized UI from Samsung. We have the One UI 8.1. Now for the hardware, we have the chipset from Exynos. Exynos made by Samsung themselves, is going to be 4 nanometer Octa-core, and the GPU is going to be Exynos 530, which is going to provide great performance, especially for gaming, which is I'm going to explain more in this video. For the memory, the most disappointing thing, if you buy the phone from your local prepaid carriers such as Total Wireless, Metro, it's going to be only 128 gigabyte of storage. The phone does not take SD card, which is very disappointing. Also, the phone doesn't take the headphone jack. The phone has 6 gigabyte of RAM, but if you choose to buy the unlock model, you have the option to buy 256 gigs up to 8 gigabyte of RAM, which is going to be a lot better, but you're going to spend a lot more money without any doubt. Now for the camera, unfortunately the phone has not witnessed any improvements for the camera from the A36, which is the predecessor from Samsung. We have a main camera 50 megapixel 1.8 wide with iOS, similar to the A36. The phone has ultra wide camera 8 megapixel 5 megapixel camera for macro. If you want to take a close-up picture, the phone will do a great job. In addition to this, the phone will offer up to 2 optical zoom and 10 digital zoom. Now the video capability, the camera is able to take 4K at 30 fps, 1080p at 60 fps, and slow motion, which is great in my opinion if you want to use the phone for recording video and social media. The front facing camera, 12 megapixel wide, also has the same capability for video 4K with a selfie camera at 30 fps, 1080 at 60 fps with the HDR capability. Also, I'm going to provide picture samples for the front and the back camera later on this video. Last but not least will be the battery. The battery has witnessed a great improvement, especially charging the phone with 45 watt of a quick charging, equivalent to the S26 Ultra, which is a great addition to the device in my opinion, with 5000 milliamp, and Samsung has done so many good things for the battery performance using the AI. And now for the unboxing, we're gonna have the first look and the first impression. As I said, I purchased the phone from Total Wireless. You guys are gonna expect branding with Total Wireless. Now if you buy the phone from the sister company like Straight Talk, Tracfone, Simple Mobile, will be the same package with different branding. As you guys can see, we have the main specification on the front, how the phone's gonna look, and also some of the main specifications same as what I just explained. So let's go ahead and open the box and take a quick look to it. It's gonna be just user guide, manual, warranty stuff, and then the phone has SIM card that's pre-installed. As this moment, Total Wireless for Android use physical SIM card, which is a good thing in my opinion. You're gonna see the phone and you're gonna see a charging cable, and that's pretty much it. No chargers, no accessory comes with the phone anymore, and we have a screen protector over here, and this is the first look to the device. Has the power key, volume up, down, and we have a triple camera along with a flash, and this is going to be a Glass Victus, as you guys can see, very reflective and I believe very fingerprint magnet. The frame will be a plastic and the fingerprint is going to be in screen, it's not going to be on the side. Now we're gonna spend time with the phone. Let's turn the phone on and come back with more details and information, so stay tuned.
2,000 years later.
Now, after spending a little while with the phone, let me kick off with the design build construction. Samsung Galaxy A37 has really great design because the phone is very thin, the phone feels nice in the hands, and the phone has this Victus glass sandwiches. So the phone looks so premium in your hands without any doubt. But the main issue for me that the phone has not bring anything different than the Samsung Galaxy A36, which is I put so many question mark on Samsung by replicating the same phones every year over and over. Other than that, the phone looks so nice. If you don't have the A36 or if you don't want to upgrade, the phone looks stunning. It's very thin puzzle, and the fingerprint also on screen, and it does a great job. Don't forget that this phone is IP rated, water and dust proof. Have glass on the back will make the phone more resistant to the scratches. Overall speaking, the design is absolutely beautiful, but it's so difficult to see any new innovation. Now, speaking of the display, if I want to pick the Galaxy A37, one of the main reasons will be the display. The display has the flagship vibes. It's a Super AMOLED display with high refresh rate, up to 120 Hz refresh rate. The phone has almost bezel-less display. The display quality overall look is stunning. The brightness level, it's so good. And the color are so vivid, you can use your phone outside without any interruption from the sun. I have no complaints whatsoever about the display in the A37. Now for the operating system, as we mentioned earlier, the phone has the Android 16, and Samsung decided to push 6 major updates. This definitely bring advantage to buy a Samsung Galaxy A37 without any doubt. The One UI 8.1, it has all the great features. The phone built on AI from A to Z, has battery optimizing and so many useful features. Now it would be so difficult for me in a short video like this to cover all the Samsung UI features, but maybe it's gonna be in a separate video. Overall speaking, about my experience, the software absolutely deliver a great experience for the phone, and I don't have any complaint about the Samsung UI. Now for the hardware performance, at the most I don't have any complaint for the Exynos chipset 1480, since the A37 still considered mid-tier device. The performance was absolutely stunning. I was able to play Devil May Cry in high settings with 60 FPS without any issues, no frame drops or whatsoever. Other games plays also flawlessly with no issues, and I don't have any single complaint about the user experience for the interface interface or the phone lag or slow down from the way I use the phone, of course. But if you download a specific application that bring adwares, you're probably going to see a drop in the performance, not because of the phone, that because these ads kill the device. Speaking about things kill the device, you will need more RAM in the phone. The phone has only 6 GB RAM. Speaking of the basic A37 model, this in my opinion disadvantage because the high price of the phone. So I believe this is not a great point, as well as the phone doesn't take SD card and 128 GB storage. In my opinion, it's not enough. That because the phone is powerful and a lot of people want to take so many good pictures, you want to download games and so on. So overall speaking, the performance is stunning, but the memory is not going to help you a lot, and that was the only complaint I have. Now for the battery is a beast in this device. 5000 on paper is not much, but as performance, the phone performed very well and it lasts me for a very long time. Imagine that you can get up to 13 hours of screen on time, and the phone has the 45 watt. I know it's not the fastest, but it does a great job of charging the phone from 0% to 100% within an hour and a half approximately. So in my opinion, the battery performance has been improved from even older Samsung models. And I will give Samsung a huge thumbs up for that. Now for the camera performance, after taking pictures in different situations between daylight, low light situation, medium light, super light situation in different position, I'm not disappointed with the camera. I'm more disappointed that Samsung has not witnessed any improvements from the predecessor, the A36. So pretty much you're gonna have the same specification, the same capability of the camera. Other than that, the camera was able to take a great picture during the daylight, or when you have medium light, you're gonna have a crisp pictures and very clear without any issues. When you have under low light situation, the camera is gonna do its best to bring the sharpest picture you can get, but you're gonna see some noises. Now the zoom is not too great in my opinion, only 2 optical zoom without losing of the quality of the picture. Ultra wide is a great addition to the device without any doubt. The macro pictures also great in this phone. Overall speaking, the back camera is taking great pictures, as I said. I'm disappointed that I did not see improvements. The front facing camera also the same thing, has not witnessed any improvements, but it does a great job overall. Now there are so many good things about the A37. The main disappointing part for me, the memory and the price tag, it's high. Now if you buy the phone from prepaid carrier here in the US, such as Total Wireless or Metro by T-Mobile, I believe the price is not going to be any problem for you, and the phone overall is great. If you want to buy the phone unlocked, try to buy the 256 gigs with 8 GB of RAM, and I will guarantee you, you're gonna have the vibe of a flagship in a mid-range device. And thank you so much everyone for watching. This is Variety Stick. Please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we will see you in another video.
I'm a really big hitter, big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. I'm never gonna look back, cause damn, I was built to last.